What's going on, world? Welcome to my podcast. It's just different with Ty, where I talk about sports, social, political issues, you name it, everything under the sun. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment section below. Also, please hit the notification bell so you get updated on the latest newest videos because I'm coming with that fire, right? And if you want to come on here and have a debate with me, make sure you know what you're talking about because I ain't gonna play no games with you, all right? So now, with that said, Africa, man. Africa is definitely on fire, man, with their presidents. Uh, this time in Uganda, President, and I hope I say his name right, President Museveni, he has enacted a law where it's going to be some harsh penalties, long prison terms, and possibly even the death penalty for any type of homosexual activities, behaviors, or if anyone identifies that. So we're going to get into that real quick. Let's go.
Welcome to It's Just Different with your host, Ty.
All right. So President Museveni of Uganda, him and some lawmakers, they put in a bill where, again, if you are homosexual, if lesbian, if transgender, anything, if you're from the LGBT community and you're in his country, there's a very great chance that you can get the death penalty. Or you can get 20 years in prison, whatever have you. And this ain't the first time with this president in Uganda. I believe back in 2014, maybe even a few years before, they had laws and different things like that about not having homosexuality in their country. And there are about 54, 55 countries and Africa, the continent of Africa, and I believe most of them have laws or against homosexuality. So not saying it's right or wrong, I'm just putting that out there. So here's a little article from CNN, and I'm just going to read the headline real quick, and I'm going to dive into this. All right. So Uganda Parliament passes bill criminalizing identifying as LGBTQ, imposes death penalty for some offenses. And it says Uganda lawmakers on Tuesday approved some of the world's harshest anti-gay laws, making some crimes punishable by death and imposing up to 20 years in prison for people identifying as LGBTQ plus. Now, I can see not that I agree, all right? So I want to make that clear. I could try to see both sides of it. And if you're from the LGBTQ community and you're looking at this as an attack, as you should, rightfully so. No one's going to, I'm not going to disagree with that. And if you're living in Uganda, you're definitely worried. You're afraid for your life. If you're, of that community. Right? You don't know what's going to happen. Basically the president, Museveni, and the lawmakers basically gave a pass for people to mentally, emotionally, physically attack you, right? Nonstop. And, they gave them a pass. I mean, they didn't say, but they basically gave these people a pass to where you could be killed, If the president of a country is saying, I don't want this particular thing or these people or this lifestyle in my country, and, he's saying this is what's going to happen to you, that's basically giving other people who agree with that president a pass to do whatever it is that they want to you. And they think, hey, the president, they didn't agree with it, so I can just do it and get away with it. I can kill this person and get away with it, So that I don't agree with. If someone is gay and they want to be gay, and they should have the same right to live their life as anybody else openly, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They should not be targeted because they choose to practice a certain lifestyle and live a certain way. I don't think, I feel like everyone has a right to, uh, liberty, equality, all those different things. Although that's not the perfect world, but that's how I feel. That's what I believe. So I definitely feel like that isn't right at all. Now, on the flip side of it, and I want you to be clear. I want to be clear. I want to be clear. So if I stop and hesitate, it's because I'm getting my words together, because I don't want to say nothing that's I got to come back on here and explaining what I meant, and got to go more in context of it. So if I stop and if you see me pause for like 2-3 seconds, it's because I'm gathering my thoughts. All right. I'm not spaced out in the cloud somewhere. But as the president of the United States, president of Uganda, I I'm looking at it. I'm trying to look at it from his point of view, which I don't know him. Don't really know too much about the man. Don't know, besides this, don't really know too much of his laws or policies. And he's someone that's from that country, I guess. And he probably was never raised that way, of saying that this is an acceptable lifestyle to be gay, or to be, a lesbian, or to be transgender, or whatever have you. And I want to know real quick, somebody could fact check me, because just in a bigger space of things, you always hear that you hear these things that have some certain conversations with Africa and Africa's history on homosexuality. And I've read, again, a lot of books, on Africa and its history and origins. I really haven't seen too much on homosexuality in Africa, in the sense as it being an accepted lifestyle. Again, I could be wrong. If somebody can correct me, please correct me in the comment section. I'm open to being corrected. I have no problem with that. I'm learning just like everybody else, so, I have no problem with someone come up here correcting me. But to this date, I haven't seen anything to show that in Africa that homosexuality is a welcoming, open, or accepted, or this was a way of life and this is how it was. And I've never seen that. So I say that and I'm not saying, saying that what the president of Uganda doing is right. No, I'm just saying, here's a man that's probably going from a tradition of thousands of years where it was a man and a woman. That's what it was. That's what it is. No questions asked, nothing about it. So maybe in his mind or other people's mind, to grasp the concept of something different, that's just seen as a no. Again, it's not supporting him or trying to give him an out, because no, I don't think he should be killing people or putting that out there either. And then here's the other interesting part. Let me sit up for this. Now, I seen a little clip. I can't find it, but I watched it when the president of Uganda was talking about it, and briefly, and I'm paraphrasing, and he was saying something about he welcomes all diversity, or he welcomes all diversity into his country. And I guess he was asked, well, if you welcome all diversity, then why are you discriminating against the LGBTQ community? And he was like, well, the president was like, well, it's my religion. I think it's on BBC. It was on BBC. And he said, well, it's my religion. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian, born again Christian. And that, again, that isn't a pass, not at all. But that made me open this up to a bigger thing than just that, than just the law that was passed in Uganda, but the whole thing with religion and black people in their religion, especially Christianity. Because if he's saying, and I'm not saying he's hiding behind Christianity, I don't know this man from a hole in the wall. I don't know. But if he's hiding behind that and saying that, well, because of my religion, because I'm a Christian, that goes against what I believe. Now, what I would like to say is to the black people that are Christians, in America, anywhere, what does that say about the Bible? If you are gay, if you are homosexual, if you are lesbian, if you are of the LGBT community, if you're, what does that say about the Bible? Something that you believe in, and you believe Jesus died for us, on both sides, people that aren't gay, black people that aren't gay, that that are Christians, and black people that are gay and are Christians. What does this say about the Bible? And what does the Bible say about homosexuality? Right? What does the Bible? Because black people, we swear and die our Bible not all black people. Black people, we swear and die by our Bible. Our Bible is everything. I had to, go in my house to try to find a Bible. I used to have Bibles all around my younger days. Now, I had to go in my archives, go in some boxes, open up some boxes and look for the Bible. You see here, this is the Bible. You see it, no, this ain't King James version. I know most black people, they swear and die by King James. This is the New International Version. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to a scripture in the Bible, live time right now. I'm gonna go to Leviticus. Okay? Leviticus, we're all gonna read together. Leviticus. Let's go to, you see it right here, Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. All right? This is the Bible here, right? This is written by man and inspired by God. I'm gonna say that again. The Bible is supposedly written by man, inspired by God. Now, there's other people that say the Old Testament was when God spoke, and the New Testament is when God actually spoke to the people. So me reading from the New International Version, I believe that's the New Testament, right? Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while. Look, again, it's Leviticus, it's the Holy Bible. We're going to go to Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. And we're going to see what God said. And I'm not saying I agree with this. I'm just doing this just to show how sometimes we put so much stock in religion ideas and ideology aspects and all different things like that, and we lose like logic no longer exists. I feel like sometimes with the Bible, that's a whole nother topic. But let me read this. Okay, here we go. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man lies with a man as one lies with a woman, both of them have done what is detestable. Now, detestable, just in case you don't know, you go to the Oxford Dictionary, right? And look at the word detestable. And it's saying that detestable, that is something that deserves to be hated. So detestable is something that deserves to be hated. And they gave another sentence where it said, all terrorist crime is detestable, which is, that's any type of terroristic crime is detestable. It should be hated, shouldn't be applauded. Yes, I agree with that too. So I'm going to start over again with Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. I'm going to read it again because there was more to it, but I just want to give you the definition of detestable. All right, so here we go. If a man lies with a man as one lies with a woman, both of them have done what is detestable. They must be put to death. Their blood will be on their own heads. Let me read that one more time. I'm going to read that one more time. If a man lies with a man as one lies with a woman, both of them have done what is detestable. They must be put to death. Their blood will be on their heads. So maybe when the president of Uganda is even saying that certain things or certain laws or certain situations, certain crimes of homosexual activity can be punished to death, maybe because his Bible tells him it's okay. Maybe his Bible tells him he can do that because God said it's okay. Clearly it states in Leviticus 20:13, and that's just one. I could go to a handful of more, of different scriptures where it talks about that. And again, this is not to say it's acceptable because y'all know how I feel. Some of y'all know how I feel, again, about certain things in the Bible and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But this is the condition that black people, we put so much stock into this Bible right here. We put so much stock and believe in it. And I understand that some people, it's their crutch and everything like that. But I also feel that the Bible was also used to keep us oppressed, still. Because in that same Bible, if you go to Ephesians 6:5, and I'm paraphrasing, go to Ephesians 6:5, it says, slaves, obey your earthly masters and have trembling fear of them. So this was something that was used on African people during the transatlantic slave trade. Oh, it's in the Bible. It must be true. King James versions in King James, even though this is the New International Version. I'm just saying. This was used as a tool to keep black people oppressed. The Bible was used as the tool to keep black people oppressed. So, again, my thing is, if you are a Christian, a true devout, there ain't no such thing as perfect, but a true devout Christian, and you stand by the Bible, which is written by man, inspired by God. If you are a true Christian and your perspective is to follow every single thing God said, again, you're going to come up short, but you have intentions to follow every single word that God said. Where is your stance on homosexuality? Because in here, it basically talks about a man and a man should be put to death. A man lying with another man should be put to death. That's what it says. Do you believe that? And if you are someone that is from the LGBTQ community and you love God and you believe in God and believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross that we may be saved, and you are a Christian, but you are gay, how do you feel about this? What does this say about the Bible?